Welcome to PintheQ Productions. If you are interested in the culture of the fire service and keeping tradition alive, you have come to the right place. Now sit back and relax with your brothers and sisters and enjoy the show. Be sure to like and subscribe on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. For more information on PintheQ Productions, visit www.pintheq.com.
Welcome back. To make that perfect cup of coffee, you really only need three things: fresh, medium ground coffee, good filtered water, and a ridiculously strong, harmonious blend of the two. Because let's be honest, nobody wants a thin cup of coffee. The fact is, if you can see through it, that's called tea. Most people, especially first responders, like our coffee as strong and dark as our sense of humor. Now for today, we're going to be using a drip style maker because that's what most people are going to be using. So the first thing we're going to do is open up the top and we're going to add our water. Now that our water's added, we're going to grab our grounds and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of coffee grounds per cup of water. I like to add 3 because I like to be so caffeinated that I can smell colors.
Red.
Now that we got our coffee and water added, we're going to shut the lid, hit that brew button, and watch that liquid sanity drip down into that carafe. Oh, in case you didn't know it, carafe is just fancy speak for glass container of happiness. And now that you got your perfect cup of coffee, get out there, start your day, do something productive. Or play 6 hours of video games like I'm about to do.
Everyone, welcome back to PintheQ Podcast. Special episode number 48. Look who we have here.
What's going
Welcome
on?
to the show.
Appreciate you having me on, brother.
So, for anyone who doesn't know who you are, who's living under a rock, maybe, for everyone else, why don't you tell everyone who you are?
My name's Jason Patton. I'm a firefighter in South Florida, and I am the psychotic mind behind Fire Department Chronicles.
Well, it's funny. A lot of people like it,
man.
though. But you're a little bit more than that, right? I mean, it's not just Fire Department Chronicles or Fire Department Coffee for you. You're actually a firefighter paramedic, correct?
Yeah. I've been a paramedic for 14 years and a firefighter for 12. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, so you get a little ribbing for the EMS stuff, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because I really enjoy fire, obviously. I enjoy the aspects behind it. I mean, fire alarms, if I never ran another one of those in my life, I'd be totally okay.
Yeah, you were else.
But, the EMS genuinely, for the most part, is actually, to me, is actually pretty cool, man, because EMS in general is probably one of the only careers that you can get into where you receive like instant gratification if you do something right. Like if you give them the right drug or you do something. I had a guy the other day who's he was really hypotensive. He was like 60 over 30. We bolused him with a bunch of fluid, man. And within 3 minutes or 5 minutes, he was waking up and it was like, wow, that worked, man. That's awesome, dude. So yeah, trust me, man. EMS sucks, but it is cool sometimes.
So, Jason, how'd this all start for you, bro? Like the start of the fire service, and actually, I guess I would start to say, like, where did it all start in EMS for you?
Yeah, so I was a mechanic. I was doing that for about 5 years, and a buddy of mine came up to me, and he was like, "Yo, man, I just started EMT school. I just finished it up. Dude, I loved it. It was awesome. You should try it out." And I was like, I'll try it out. So I went to EMT school and loved it. It was incredible, man. It was like, I didn't enjoy being a mechanic at all. But when it came to EMT school or in the medical field, I was like, this is awesome, dude. This is really, really cool. So did that. Then I jumped to the paramedic school. When I got out of paramedic school, I went into fire school. Down in Florida, if you're not at least an EMT, you're not getting hired, but you most likely have to be a paramedic to be able to be on the top of the list and stuff. So, but once I went to fire school, I was like, yes. this is freaking awesome.
Yeah, this is where it's at. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so cool, dude. So yeah, jumped into it, man, and never looked back.
So when you got hired at your first career department, what was it like for you?
So actually, I was very lucky. I graduated fire school, and the applications for my department were closing the next day.
Wow.
So put in my application. I was one of the lower paid departments in the area, so a lot of people didn't want to apply. And I was like, if you put me on a fire truck, man, I'm going, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I went into fire school. I'm sorry, I applied and took 6 months before I heard back from them, and I got picked up, man, and it was incredible. It was everything that I thought it was going to be. So my department actually at the time didn't even have a hiring class. You just showed up. They sent you a letter. Congratulations, you're hired. Show up with enough food and clothing for 24 hours. And
wow.
Yeah, you showed up, man, and it was, you were right. I was riding backwards on an aerial, and it was good to go, man.
What's it like? You know, a lot of people that watch the show actually aren't firefighters, which I think it always shocked me a little bit. You know, people watch this and aren't firefighters, but they often ask, you know, what's it like at the beginning stages? Like, what's it like to start out somewhere? I mean, I know from my own perspective how awesome it was. It feels like winning the lottery when you get hired.
Yeah.
So what was it like for you initially?
It was incredible, man. It was just, you know, I was a mechanic before that, so I knew what it was like to start at a different type of job. And then, you know, I'd worked at other places and, you know, delivered Chinese food and stuff. But like, there was just something about walking into your first day as a firefighter, and you're like, this is incredible, man. Like, this is so cool, especially, you know, the brotherhood portion of it. Like, right when you get in there, someone's busting your balls about something, dude, you know, or they're and like, even just the smells of the station, getting in the fire truck, what the fire truck smelled like for me the first time, you know, going on that the first time the tones went off, and I was like, oh, this is happening, man. Like, going there, you know, I'm like freaking out in the back, like all the other guys like, whatever, you know, like, you're good. So it was everything that I wanted it to be, and even slightly more, you know.
It's so cool that you talk about that smell at the firehouse, because I often say, you know, I'm very lucky. I get to go to different firehouses across the U.S. and sit and talk to firefighters. And it's so funny, bro, because that smell you're talking about, as soon as I walk into a place, I'm like, yep, I'm at a firehouse.
Yeah.
It's incredible, dude. Man.
It's everything, bro. It's the smells, it's the lights. It's, you know, just the way people, listen, firefighters love other firefighters, but when another firefighter walks into another firefighter station, it's like they start pissing on each other. Like, they're like, what's up, man? This is my house. What's up, bro? Like, that's the way to, and no matter what, man, like, everyone's totally cool to each other. But yeah, the smell, the greatest thing that I have appreciated about the fire department is, no matter what fire station you walk into, no matter where it's at, no matter what language they speak, there is always the same people. That guy at your department, that driver that's just weird, he's at another department, man. Like, it's like quantum physics for fire departments, bro. Every universe exists in every place. It's ridiculous.
You're absolutely right. And I can vouch for that, because, again, I get to go visit different firehouses. I'm like, yep, we have that. We have that. We have that. We have that. It's the same people, bro. It's hysterical.
Always.
I guess that's why I say sometimes, like, two firefighters can meet and instantly they just have a bond.
Yeah.
You know, not too many professions can do that, which is incredible, you know?
Yeah.
So
it is.
So in Florida, you just go to the fire academy on your own, or were you sanctioned by a department? How did that work?
So yeah, I know in a lot of departments, especially up north, that, you know, you can come in as like a civil servant and get picked up and then go from there. No, down here you have to have every certification. There are a couple places, but it's not often. So like major metropolitans, you can still come in as a civil servant, but most likely not. So here you have to have a minimum of EMT to get into fire school. Okay. Then once you're in fire school, you know, you can get picked up as a fire EMT. Probably not going to happen in my area. So paramedic is going to be, you know, pretty much the minimum you're going to have to get.
So being a firefighter, what would you say for you anyway, bro? What's the most rewarding part?
I mean, obviously on a public service side, it's like, it's always good to show up and people genuinely want you to be there and be happy to see you and watch the look on a loved one's face. I mean, this lady, like I was talking about, you know, she's crying because her husband is passed out and she's crying because she thinks he's going to die. You know, she's genuinely concerned. We're calming her like, hey, it's okay. We give him a bunch of fluids and he wakes up and she's like, wow, like that instant gratification, that instant satisfaction that somebody gets from watching their loved one being revived. Or, you know, on the fire side, dude, like someone screaming outside, you know, my kid's inside and you run in there. We had a kid, man, a 1 month old inside of a structure, it's a second floor apartment. This dude, I don't know, you guys you probably don't have hurricane glass where you're at, man. No. Hurricane glass is impossible to get through. Like you need a K-12 to get through this thing. Like if you're trying with an axe, you're going to be there for a month and a half. Like it's bad. So this guy gets through this. The ex-boyfriend sets the place on fire. You know, this whole place on fire. There's 4 kids inside.
Holy
Dude
Christ.
gets through hurricane glass with a chair. With a chair, bro. Gets through, saves 3 of the kids. We get up there, knock the flames out. I don't know how this kid survived. It was by, you know, the grace of God. But this mom is screaming outside, my 1 month old, and we managed to get in there, dude, and saved this kid's life, man. He had 0 burns. He was good. Yeah. So handing that baby off, man, or watching people around like, holy crap, it's so cool, man. It's so cool.
What's awesome and incredible about that story is, unfortunately, those type of stories, man, they don't happen often, man.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And you know firsthand that, you know, we deal with a lot of bad shit. We see a lot of bad shit. So I guess I'm just going to push right into that and say that what you do with the Fire Department Chronicles, would you say that your escape from all the stuff from the job and like the bullshit? I mean, is this something fun for you?
You know, it all started off as us messing around, dude. It's the same thing that there are 100 of me across the world. You know, there's 100 people just like me that did the same thing that I've done. The only difference is that I managed to do it in a PG-13 manner. Like I was saying, bro, because everyone else takes the firehouse humor, puts it out on the internet, and they're like, "Why are you mad at me, Chief?"
Yeah.
You just showed your dick on the internet. You can't do that, man. Like, so
sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good, dude. So yeah, it was a way for us to kind of BS and come together. You know, again, besides the instant satisfaction of watching people appreciate what we do and just being able to help others, the number 2 thing, or I'd actually say it's probably closer to number 1, is just being around your boys, man. I love it,
God,
dude.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Because as a mechanic, you don't do that, man.
Right. You're by yourself. You're in the hood.
Yeah, like, these are my jobs, man. Like, you're not taking my jobs, bro. Like, you know, you like everyone, but no, man. I love that, dude. I love just being around the kitchen table, bro, being around the dinner table, talking to the guys. You got that issue going on, you know, like, dude, I don't know what to do at home, man. And there's always that guy that's already gone through it once. And he's like, he's either an asshole about it, like, yeah, sex for you, or, you know, he's good and gives you some solid advice, you know? So, yeah.
It's obviously funny. That was one of the questions I was going to ask you about, you know, your perception or your, you know, how you feel about the kitchen table. And for me, I know that no matter what's going on in my life, if I go there and I actually sit and I'm a little bit vulnerable on that table,
yeah,
I really do get people who give a shit. They do, you know, and you know they'll break your balls and stuff, but it's all rite of passage. I feel like, you know, but if you're truly accepted in this job, then you're gonna get the best advice because, like you said, someone obviously has already been through that. I mean, we're good at that.
Yeah, there's 2 things that we're really good at: saving lives and divorcing. That's where we're amazing at that. But no, dude, what's the phrase or the saying? You know, all the world's problems have been solved around the firehouse kitchen table.
Bro, it's 100% true.
It is, bro, because you're right, man. Like you eat dinner, like you sitting there shoveling food in your face. Everyone's bullshitting with each other. Someone's busting someone's balls, and you're laughing. You're genuinely enjoying being around with the people. But every once in a while, we do have that serious moment where someone's like, man, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, this is what's going on in my finances, or, my wife, my ex-wife, whatever, man. And there's just, we care about each other,
Absolutely.
Genuinely,
right.
for the most part. But, and that's why I feel sad for some people who just never get to experience that,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
And again, it's amazing how on the flip of a switch, someone can take something so funny and jovial, and then you say something and someone picks up right away that, hey, something's wrong.
Yep.
And everyone snaps to attention like, hey, but what's going on, bro? Everything all right?
Exactly, dude. And that's what's cool is people will pick that up. They'll be like, what was that?
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
And this is one of those jobs where if you come in and you're off, people tend to know you're off. It's not like, hey man, something's not right.
Because we don't spend 8 hours with each other, right? Like you can put a face on for 8 hours, but you can't do it for 24, or depending on what your shift schedule is, you just can't, bro.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That is a really good point.
Most places for 8 hours, you're there or you're in your own cubicle, you're doing your own thing. But I mean, there was a constant interaction. Your dad or your mom or your brothers, them because you have spent a lifetime with them. You've spent, you've seen them eat. You've seen all these little things, all their micro expressions, and all of those. So when something's off about your loved one or your kids or whatever, you know it, man, because it's just that little micro expression that's off. It's the same thing with us, man. It's the same thing, bro. You have spent however many years. Do you guys bid into stations?
Well, we have one station, so we're it. It's just one station. We're it.
So most people like either have one station or they bid into stations, or like me, I have a smaller department, so I know all these people, and immediately, man. You see that guy or that girl, and you're like, what's going on? And if you approach it and you're vulnerable and you're able to just talk to them about it, and you make them feel like you actually give a shit, people will genuinely open up, man. They want to open up.
I've been on that receiving end, man. It's amazing what people will tell you if you actually show interest and actually genuinely give a shit, like you just said. If you care, it's amazing what people will tell you, and you can dive in a little.
I've heard many times, especially in the mental health field, dude, it's natural for trains to start to rock off the tracks a little bit, right? I mean, little tracks on uneven, or it's going a little fast around a corner. If you slow it down or adjust the way that the tracks are, sometimes you can truly stop something from going off the rails. It just, minute changes. It's, that whole, like, you drop a pebble in the water, it's just a small ripple, but once it starts moving out further, it's bigger and bigger. If you can just stop that ripple, just like, hey, dude, how you doing? Everything all right? Like, we good? Like, oh no, actually, I need to talk about this. You have now stopped whatever cascade of shit that was about to come out to that, Dude,
100%, bro. So you talk about being a mechanic. What was it like for you with that transition from being a citizen and being a mechanic to like diving into the fire service? Because, bro, it's a totally different animal.
It was the greatest thing I've ever experienced. It was wonderful. I hated being a mechanic. I don't have patience for it, man. I'm just not that guy. Like, it's just, I was decent, but I sure shit was not amazing, But
it's kind of crazy. You were able to transfer some of that knowledge into the fire service.
And that's what was cool. Yeah. I've always said I am blessed to know that I'm blessed to have a working knowledge of the two things that everyone wants to know about: how to fix your car and how to work on what's going on with your body. Like because you can't really fix half the stuff that's going on. So, that's like, I'm blessed enough to know those types of things. So I've been very thankful for that in general. But man, it was a great transition. I loved it, dude. I loved it, man. It's, again, you walk in the doors of the fire station, and hopefully you're walking into a good place, man. But the second you walk in there, you're like, I'm home, bro. Like, oh yeah, this is it. Yeah. And it's truly 100% about the crew. If you're with a good crew, you could be at the worst station in the world, but you're always,
it's so true, bro. I swear to God, you hit the nail on the head. I mean, for me, I swear, I tell guys all the time, I can't believe we actually get paid for this.
Yeah, dude, that's I love that saying. Like, we got paid. today. It's awesome.
Yeah, I can't believe you get paid to do this, man. It's actually incredible.
It is.
Bro, tell me about, how did this fire department coffee thing even start?
Yeah, it was cool. So fire department coffee, it started off so when I'd say it's about 4 years ago now, a little over 4 years. Luke Schneider, the CEO, he's a Rockford firefighter. He hits me up and he saw one of my videos where I was describing how Cafe Bustelo was the only thing that was going to keep all of us from murdering each other in the fire station. Yeah,
bro, it's so funny.
Yeah, so we in Florida, whenever a hurricane hits, they take two shifts and they put them on duty together, right, and then have the third shift coming on once the hurricane's done, and then they keep those guys on, that kind of thing. So we were going to have like 32 guys in one station. It was going to be a crapshoot. So I put this video up saying, hey, Cafe Bustelo's the only thing that stopped us from killing each other. Someone tagged Fire Department Coffee. Luke hits me up. He's like, hey, man, we should work together. And I said, send me the coffee. Let me try it. And he sent it, and I was like, this is actually good coffee.
Bro, would you know those are the two tins of coffee in the firehouse?
Yeah, that's my man.
I'm telling you, it's so funny, man. New Jersey, Florida, it's the same, bro. It's the same thing, man. It's the same circus, different clowns.
You gotta make that. You gotta make freaking. Do you guys do that? You guys put the sugar in there, mix it up, make little tops.
So there's all these secrets to all these recipes you go to. So I went to Passaic Fire Department and I did an episode with them. And they go, hey, bro, as soon as I got there, I swear to God, I'm not even here in 5 minutes. We're like, guy comes over, coffee. So here you go, bro. He goes, this is our coffee. So I go, all right. I try it. I'm like, oh, what's in that? He goes, not telling you. He goes, firehouse secret, bro. It doesn't go anywhere. Now their coffee's hooked up direct to the line. So the water is like always flowing into coffee, bro, all the time. It's legit. They're like, oh yeah, the city didn't do that. We ran all that ourselves. We ran all the wire, all the piping. And I'm like, okay, you get it. You totally get it.
That's awesome. I love that, dude. And not because I own a coffee company, but because I love firehouse pride. Like, we want the coffee, man. City's not going to do it. We're going to plumb it. And there's always a firefighter that's a plumber. Like, oh yeah, Jimmy's a plumber, man. Get him in here. And Jimmy's out there plumbing shit.
Dude, plumbers, we're plumbers, doctors,
electricians,
workers, electricians, mechanics.
Yeah, exactly.
Always someone at the firehouse can fix something.
All day, bro. All day.
I work with this one guy, Parent. His name is Parent, man. This guy can fix. He's MacGyver. He's actually MacGyver. And he could fix anything. Guys will come in the firehouse with broken things from their house. Like, oh, this is for my furnace. It's broke. I got to buy a part on Amazon. He's like, no, hold on. Let me make that for you. I'm like, what? He makes something? He's just incredible. He does everything.
Yeah,
just guys like that are awesome.
And I love that, man. I love that. Because 99% of firefighters don't make enough money to sustain whatever normal lifestyle they'd like to have. So we're
definitely not for the money.
Yeah.
We definitely didn't do this for money.
Yeah, not at all.
Now Luke's a vet, correct? He's a veteran.
Yeah, Luke's he's a Navy veteran as well,
awesome.
Which is incredible, dude. Yeah, very, very cool, man.
So,
in fact, I didn't know that all Navy firefighter or all Navy men have to be firefighters or certified firefighters. Never knew that.
Yeah, I actually heard that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
and the good thing is, if anybody's watching right now and you want to try this coffee, again, this is not a commercial. This was never set up to be a commercial. Just so everybody knows, but you're buying from a vet. I mean, that's another thing too, man. You got to support our people. This is huge.
Yeah. Well, because you know what, man, that's what it's about, dude. Right. So 10% of all of our net proceeds go back to helping sick and injured first responders.
Awesome.
Every month we choose either a firefighter, a veteran, or a like-minded charity, and we donate somewhere between $500 to $1,000 per charity, so up to $2,000 per month.
Wow. That's incredible, bro.
It's just awesome. Yeah, I got to tell you, man, there's just something about it where when somebody's hurting, bro, you take care of them, man. You help them out a little bit, dude, and even if it's $500, man, like if that pays a bill, man.
Money. Yeah, it's a lot of money actually. In the end of the day, there's nothing to blink at. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, So, bro, tell me, because I know everybody's waiting for this, man. Tell me about Fire Department Chronicles, man. How the hell did this start?
I'm insane. That's yeah, no.
Well, that certainly helps.
It does. So, dude, we were all sitting around the firehouse one day, man. We were BSing, and National Geographic comes up. And we were like, we should do a fire department edition. I was like, let's do it, man. So we did one video of hunting the battalion chief, and it was just all about how the bigger the belly, the more gnarly they are, and you got to be careful about watching the mustache because it flares, you're gonna die, you know, that kind of thing. So I put it up on the internet, dude. Like, it did all right. You know, I don't know, it may have got like a couple hundred views, and then I made a few more, and then I put up the natural mating call of the paramedic, which is bitching. And it was like, it exploded. We got like 100,000 views in like 8 hours. And I was like, holy crap. I was freaking out. It was so funny, man. But it just progressed, you know?
That's what Fenton told me too. He's like, bro, I just put this on as a joke, really. And he goes, next thing I know, I got close to 1 million hits. I'm like, oh my God.
So Fenton is so talented when it comes to long videos. Right. Like, he is ultra talented, especially when it comes to music videos.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that parody he did with his wife. Oh my God, it's so funny.
It's so good, bro. Yeah. And it does, you know, my videos, a good portion of them, at least the what firefighters say, what paramedics say, what EMTs say, stuff like that. There's not a ton of production into that, right? But those videos that he does, man, production value off the butt, man. It's just ridiculous, huge, dude. One of my favorite videos that he ever did. Did you see the Christmas one that he did last year?
Yes. That was unbelievable how he timed it all. How
cool is that, dude? I was just so impressed with that, man.
Like, it was really good.
It was so good, dude.
For me, the timing is incredible. I don't know how long that took. It had to take forever.
Bro. And like, that's what I've always loved about him, is he's just so talented when it comes to anything like that. He's really, really good, dude. So
yeah, it's awesome. It's good to have something else, bro. You gotta have something else. So like what you're doing.
Yeah, dude. That's what it is, man. You off gas, you find a way to laugh, you find a way to make other people laugh. But what I've enjoyed lately is like reviewing TV shows, but like reviewing it and educating people. And I'm actually currently working on fire safety tips for the home, because like, like, people don't know how to use extinguishers, man. They don't know how to like have something for their kids to know, like, oh shit, if the house is on fire, don't go out that door. That's bad, man. That's really bad. So like, just
house from burning down. They come in many types and sizes, but the most common is going to be ABC style or dry chem, or the most fun to use, carbon dioxide. Extinguishers can be used in the case of almost any fire that most homeowners would experience, like a kitchen fire, an electrical fire, a car fire, or the most dangerous, an emotional spouse fire.
Furniture from the hurricane back outside. The dishes are never done. The trash day was yesterday.
The best part is extinguishers are extremely easy to use. Just remember the acronym PASS. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep, scream. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being told that screaming isn't actually a part of the acronym. That apparently comes from my massive self-esteem issues. Number 2, smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Smoke detectors are important because alerting people at the first signs of a fire, aka smoke, is what truly defines the difference between being able to escape a house when there's a house fire or being overcome by smoke. You see, most people believe that people who die in house fires...
But one of the things you did recently was comedic genius. First of all, this one cat comes on there, you could tell the dude like lives in his basement, eats Hot Pockets. He's talking all kinds of trash about the fire department, right? And you come on and you do like you rebut his story, dude. It's so funny, you know. You do it tastefully, but you smashed him, man. It was awesome.
I appreciate it. That's what it is, dude. I try to make the things, especially if I'm rebutting someone, I try to make it tasteful. Like I don't want to trash him. I don't want to make fun of his weight or anything like that. Cause I just don't, I don't think it's a good idea. But when I watched that video, I was like, none of this makes sense, bro.
Right.
Like, what are you doing?
I think people listen to that have no clue, and they're like, actually listen to this idiot. Like, he's talking logic.
That's what there's no logic. Like the Wall Street Journal thing that was talking about the 5 things that firefighters will never tell you. Like, what? Who wrote that? How are you rehearsing or speaking these lines and going, yeah, that's factual. That's good.
Bro, how do you balance all this? So you have the fire department coffee, you have your show you're doing, which is awesome. And then of course you're a full-time firefighter, paramedic. How are you balancing all this? Because it's an honest question.
Dude, I don't know, man. It just, I try to find balance. It was difficult for a while to try to find balance and put things in perspective and really have an understanding that, like, I enjoy expanding the pages. I enjoy doing everything that I'm doing and making my brothers and sisters laugh. But there was a point where I had to, like, sit down one day and go, all right, dude, I can't put out that many videos. I can't, I need to have a life. I need to, find perspective and enjoy things around me, that kind of thing. Because on top of the coffee and Chronicles and the full-time job, I also do the first responder mental health with Banning treatment centers and
awesome, man.
Yeah, it's what, man, look, it should all make sense, right? It should all blend together at some point in time. And thankfully they do. Anyone that I could ever give advice to when it comes to doing this kind of stuff is just make sure whatever you're doing, it makes sense and lines up with the other stuff, because then it kind of folds together and makes sense in the end,
So tell me more about what you're doing with that. That's awesome, man.
I appreciate it, man. So a lot of people would reach out to me, dude, and they were like, hey, this really helps in my mental health. I enjoy the videos. It's really cool. But hey, by the way, man, I'm really struggling. What should I do? And it was like, I laugh. Like, but some people genuinely needed help. So I wanted to have people that I could trust, that I knew if I sent a brother or sister to this place that they wouldn't get screwed over and they would genuinely get the treatment that they needed. So I headhunted and vetted a lot of places, and I found Banning treatment centers, and they've been incredible, man. 12 facilities across the United States. They're opening up 2 or 3 more, like, just very cool. They know what they're doing. They're very good at it. And, you don't get sprayed with a fire truck when you walk into a station. That doesn't happen. But, if you feel like you're going to kill yourself, or you feel like you're drinking too much, they can help you out of that hole and get you to a place to where, you can make it to retirement and not blow your head off,
I talk to some of these guys and girls, and, immediately what they talk about is this stigma, right? The stigma in the fire service that, if I tell someone I'm going to get fired, or if I tell someone how I'm feeling, they're not going to be working anymore. Talk a little bit about that.
So, for a lot of people, it's actually, it is in the fire service, but the biggest area we see that in is police officers. Because police officers, they're like, I don't want to talk about what's going on in my head, because if I do, they're going to take my gun, and they'll take their gun. But for firefighters, it's a manliness thing, man. It's a constant cock showing game when we walk in, whether you're a female or a male. I see women who want to have bigger cocks than the rest of us. So but it's this thing with this persona, like, yo, if I'm not the toughest guy around, then no one's going to respect me, which is, honest to God, the opposite. Most people, and there are the geriatric dinosaurs that are making their way out the back, and it is what it is. But most people, most firefighters, when they are going through stuff, man, she had to do CPR on her best friend who died from an overdose, man. So that's why she was crying. And then everyone else changes their tones from there.
You're like,
oh shit.
Feel like an idiot.
Yeah. Like, all right, maybe I need to rethink things. So a lot of times people are willing to talk, man. Just being vulnerable at a table, saying, like, because and like we talked about before, dude, someone said, you see that minute change and, like, hey man, what's going on? Be vulnerable for a second. Validate what they're saying. Like, dude, you know, that call was really bad for me, bro. Like, man, all right, man. Well, why was it bad for you, dude? Just validating that, dude, can truly change the projection or the trajectory of somebody's life, you know?
Oh, absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So I see behind you, you know, over your right shoulder, you have something on the wall. What is that?
That's
Bro,
actually a crowning achievement, bro. That's
I saw you one
off for you. Oh, yeah. This is my plaque, man. I got it from
How cool is that, man?
100,000 subscribers, dude.
Did you ever think you get to that point?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's incredible, man. Quite an accomplishment.
I appreciate that, man, because it was one of those things where when I first started doing the videos, I was like, you know, I want 100,000 subscribers on Facebook, and I hate that. And I was like, woohoo! And then, you know, it was, you know, a couple other things, and then I said, you know, I don't think I'll ever make it to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. That would be like the ultimate goal.
Right.
And when it happened, I was like, holy crap, man! It's just cool, dude, because people genuinely enjoy the stuff, man. I'm not just throwing, you know,
anything out just to get subscribers. Right.
Yeah, I'm not reposting people's stuff. Like, I genuinely try to create stuff that people enjoy. And
that happens a lot, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that happens a lot.
It does. You know what, man? I think at the end of the day, if you're able to positively change people's lives, whether it's through the job or just not being a giant piece of shit, I think that's truly what the meaning of life is. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy to me is I'll see people put like everything they got into something they created, like something on Instagram. Like a guy created a tool for the fire service, and he busted his ass creating this thing, right? And then someone else sees it and like, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna make the same thing and change one thing on it and try to sell that. It's just, I don't get it. Like, why can't people just be authentic, bro? Stay in your lane, like do you, worry about you.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's insane, man.
Because people don't. I get creativity and changing creativity or improving on something, but to blatantly steal people's stuff is just, I don't get it, man. You know,
if you're gonna make something better, then reach out to the person that created it and be like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah, partner with them, whatever. Yeah. Well, you know, but so unfortunately, you and I think on a firefighter side. We think on a brotherhood. We think on a, you know, we don't get paid like that. But if I put you in a situation where, you know, if you knew you were going to make enough for your family and stuff just by tweaking that one thing and you didn't have any other financial options, you might take that route. So like, it's just people, it's not my thing. That's not who I am, but you know, that's the way some people are. I've met a lot of entrepreneurs, man, that do not think the way that I do. And it makes being in a successful business very difficult sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, brother, what was your best experience so far with the fire service? Absolute best. I know it's a hard question because there's, you know, so many things that happen in our career. Like, how do you pick one thing? But is there one thing that stands out for you?
I mean, on different on different sides of the spectrum, that pulling that baby out was probably one of my, like, on the fire side, just like, wow, man, like
definitely
seeing, in my opinion, an actual miracle. Because the only reason this baby survived, dude, was when that guy went in and kicked down all the stuff, he kicked down a door. And the baby was inside of those little moon-shaped pillows, and was inside of it, and the door fell on top of it and sealed the baby inside.
Wow, so that's incredible.
It was insane, dude. And then when we pulled this baby out of there, man, we were like, it saved this kid's life. It was mind-blowing to me. But brotherhood, like true brotherhood, like that I've never seen on this kind of level. We got a brand new fire chief about 7 years ago. And my father died of cancer.
I'm sorry to hear it, bro.
Oh, no, I appreciate it, man. This man had never met my father a day in his life. He'd only been fire chief for 2 months, 3 months. And my dad dies and I take off work, and 2 weeks later, we have the funeral, and he shows up. Like, never, he didn't know me for anything. He had just started the fire department, never, like maybe once. But my fire chief goes, an hour out of his way and shows up at my dad's funeral. God, what do you call it? The honor guard showed up. My dad was not a firefighter. They showed up and they stood next to his casket for a while. Yeah, like just
you're a firefighter. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know what you call him? Leader.
Yeah. Best chief I've ever had.
Yeah,
and actually he trains our current chief, and I love this chief. So like, you just see it, man, when the right people get in and they teach people the way to actually and I'll tell you what, I told this guy when he was getting ready to leave, he was going to a bigger county. I was like, listen, man, you need me to murder somebody, bro, I'll do it. Like, because it's just like, that's what true leaders do.
Absolutely.
And a lot of chiefs or a lot of bosses, they just don't get it, man.
That's what you told me, gave me goosebumps, because it's true. Like those are true leaders, and people like that, they show their leadership abilities through actions, not words.
Exactly.
You could say a ton of stuff, but that's the real deal right there.
It was just like the day he did that, man, the day he walked in there and I saw him show up, from that moment on, I was like, whatever you need, man. Yeah. Even if I got to take a reduction in pay so you can buy a new truck, whatever, bro. Let's go, man. Like, you know what you're doing.
So let me ask you, man, with your success on Instagram and the whole fire department chronicles, do you find yourself in a situation where you have a lot of younger firefighters coming to you for advice, or a lot of firefighters reaching out to you, sending you messages? Do you have any of that?
Yeah, so actually a lot, man. A lot of junior firefighters, people just getting into the business, even a little older, but they want to either jump in the business or they just getting ready to start their rookie year. It happens all the time, man. And I try to answer every single message that I get. And the biggest piece of advice I give people, man, is be smart about what you're doing, right? Like, don't drink and drive, keep your record clean, because dude, I don't know about you guys, man, but down here, if there's a job that has 10 available spots, you're going to have 3,000 applicants.
Same thing here.
Yeah, it's insane. So you got to be the cream of the crop, man. No speeding tickets, nothing. The number one piece of advice I give people, bro, is stay off the internet with your bullshit. Like, what you think, stop. Like, I know that's so, like, you're like a hypocrite, but like, you will never see my opinions on my personal page or me like, screw Trump or screw Biden or like, bro, especially political stuff. The last thing you want.
Career killer right there, man.
Career killer, man. Career killer. And also, especially when you're trying to get hired. So you walk into a job application, or you walk into an interview, you're shaking everyone's hand. Everyone loves your stuff, man. But they're all Democrats. They're all Democrats. And then they're like, check his social media out. Trump is the greatest thing ever. And we were like, well, that's illegal. They can't do that. Well, they can do it.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean they don't have influence.
Yeah. So like, just keep it off the internet, man. Just once you get hired, then just don't say anything super stupid on the internet. Right.
Yeah, we're in a tough position, man, because we're in the public eye, so all eyes are on us, unfortunately. So your opinion isn't like everyone else's.
No,
it's totally different, man.
It's not, dude. It's really, really not.
So, bro, before I let you off the hot seat, what would you say is in the future for you, man? Because obviously you got your pokers in the fire, right? So, what's the future for you, man?
A massive heart attack. Just the widow. I just done. You know what, man? We got a lot coming down with coffee, bro. We are going to truly try to change the way people look at fire department coffee. Enjoy it. Yeah, like we want to make this the coffee for every hardworking person across the world, man. Every first responder that's out.
As you can see, bro.
My man.
I'll continue to buy it because it's awesome.
I appreciate it, dude.
So listen, how can someone get it? Like, before we go further, how can someone get your coffee? Because I'll put the link right here, man.
I appreciate it. So you can go on firedepartmentcoffee.com. You can Google us, Fire Department Coffee. Hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, and we got our direct links there. So yeah, go on any of those. If you use when is this coming out?
It's coming out next week.
Next week. Perfect. Good. Next week, or actually the last week of November, we're having like a 20 or 25% off sale. Can't remember which one it is. So big sale.
Yeah, that big PintheQ sale.
Yeah, big PintheQ sale, baby. So yeah, you can go on there and check it out, man. But 25% off, dude, and snatch up all the coffee you can get.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, I really appreciate coming on my little show.
Dude,
it was good to talk to you.
Look at that backdrop, bro. No little show is a backdrop like that. Come on, man.
You got to have wood,
dude. Solid. That's got to be $6,000-$7,000 in wood.
It's awesome.
That's good, man.
Dude, thanks again, man. And we're looking forward to seeing even more and more Fire Department Chronicles. Because I'm telling you, every day I see something come out, I can't wait to press it. And real quick, just to say what you said before, I'm going to follow up on that. And that is, for me personally, it doesn't matter what kind of day I'm having. I can be having the worst day ever, the shitty day ever. Watch one of your videos, bro. I'm telling you, I laugh. It's hysterical because you literally hit on things that happen every day in the fire service. Like, it's real stuff. People can actually relate to the things you're talking about.
I can't thank you enough for saying that, bro. That's what it's all about, man. Just keeping my brothers and sisters laughing, having a good time, man. Bringing us all together, man. That's what it's about, dude.
No doubt, bro. Thanks so much for coming on to the show, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man.
All right, dude. Stay safe.
You too, brother.
Later.